to back up even then. Time comes for any goalkeeper. He's got to start starting the game, Sam, I think, regularly. That's the position he found himself in. Now, in a good position here, Fauzer, in space, drives into the box, possibilities on the back post, it's going to drift wide. Fauzer didn't give up on it, and just as well that Al-Raed stayed awake there, the goalkeeper.
At first,
Quite a combative affair early on, and they're winning plenty of ball in the middle of the park, using it quite well on occasion. Fauzer, loads of space here, Sam.
Yeah, Telles just stepped out, didn't he? Tried to intercept it. Left Fauzer with a lovely little bit of space down the right-hand side. And as I said, that's an exceptional delivery. Just didn't get the header, really, that he deserved from Sayoud. Tough to score, but maybe if he looked square, Tavares was pretty well positioned.
Well played, Nawaf Al-Raed in goal. Language no barrier, of course, for Telles and Luis Castro. Heavy Portuguese flavour in this Al-Nassr team, including Otavio. Put it on a couple of people in the early moments, didn't he? A bit of payback going on there, I think, against the former Porto man. A substitute against Slovakia and Luxembourg over the last 10 days for Portugal. Telles. Sharper in the pass there. Otavio back in the middle of it all. Sayoud has run off it by this very talented wide player. You were quite right to point him out to our viewers before the kick-off. It's not all about the Galacticos. Abdulrahman Garib. And what would it be like, I wonder, Sam, for a player like that to wake up every morning and think, I'm going to work with Mane, Ronaldo, Brozovic. How fantastic.
Yeah, something probably that's not been spoken about for the young players, the people that are making their way in this exciting league as it is at the moment. To see these names coming in, yeah, I mean, it strikes me that they've signed some brilliant characters as well for criticism that Ronaldo has had in various circles. I think the majority of the players that have played with him say he's a pretty happy-go-lucky character.
Happier when he's scoring goals, so you're not going to see a smile right here for a minute.
Yeah, first time he's been afforded a little bit of space, which is surprising. I think they've actually condensed the game quite well to begin with. I think you need to apply pressure, be aggressive with him, make him play backwards essentially, but able to get turned there, and we know that he's capable. Just snatched at that one somewhat.
I think the apology was for Brozovic, who made a very enterprising run past him. He only apologises to you apparently if he respects you as a player, so that's a good little sign as well. Again, winning their fair share of it. Al-Raed, Sunbul, nowhere to go there really, and he doesn't get anything. Mane. They still complaining that they should have had a free kick the other way there, Sam. What was your view?
I think it was, yeah. Sunbul had nowhere to go, as you said, running towards the touchline, but I think he kidded in the Al-Nassr player. There was contact, looked like a foul to me, so that one definitely was. Poor man with the challenge wrong side of Mane, who has been incredibly quiet 15 minutes in, hardly said his name, and that right-hand side has been profitable for Al-Nassr since the start of the season.
Brozovic and Telles debate it. Brozovic takes it. It's a little bit flat. Cut him out to Brozovic again. This is Mane. Ronaldo onto the penalty spot, looking to make a darting run. I don't think Mane saw him. He went on his own merry way, and he got the shot off. What a good hit it was, and A nice strong riposte from the keeper there, Moreira, even if he didn't catch it.
Norman was back in, helping his fullback out essentially. Good work from the defence.
Nobody's idea of a backup striker, of course, Mane. Not far behind Ronaldo, early season in the goal-scoring stakes. Air on it from Telles into Mane, and he tried to guide it at that far post, I think.
Doesn't get much better than that delivery from Telles. I think he'd gone a fraction too early. He actually pointed where he wanted the ball, in behind Wahishi, and just couldn't extend that right leg to finish. This was the previous bit of play down the right-hand side. That's wonderful. The stinging drive, left-footed. Moreira does well, actually, to push that aside anywhere down around the 6-yard box penalty spot. That probably gets gobbled up. It's good goalkeeping.
And it was moving more than I actually appreciated from the main camera angle. Now something to do for the other goalkeeper. He's slow to get there. Tavares was on his way past him, but he's missed the target as well.
What a chance. It's a brilliant ball, actually. It's beautifully played into the space and doesn't get any bend on the ball. It's the right finish, I think. Right foot, curl it into that far post, and the deviation, it's side spin, taking it away from the post. It's the contact is poor. It's golden chance.
Golden chance for his team. Golden chance to make a headline for himself, Tavares. Called upon today by Jovicevic with El-Bakkari, who's been a very reliable goal scorer, out of form and apparently struggling for confidence early on. Only on the bench today. In fact, in only one fixture have they actually scored so far this season, and that was in the 3-1 win over Al-Raed. That was a little bit short. Al-Vichy. Great read by Laporte. Brozovic. Otavio looking for his right back on the move. Token appeal by Al-Fanam for a corner there, but I don't think there was any hope in that.
Tough pass to execute in the end, but you're right to highlight Laporte stepping out there. Physical specimen, the anticipation. And when you're playing against, in essence, lesser players than he's been used to in the last couple of seasons, I think that dominance is just going to come to the fore, especially when he gets fitter and fitter. It's difficult for Al-Raed to get up the pitch naturally if he's defending in that kind of manner.
Brushed Tavares aside there, didn't he? Jimmy, Al-Khabari, Telles, Ronaldo. One back fair and square. Brozovic. Otavio. Again, the first thought was to look for the right back. Al-Khabari. Brozovic. Stop the cross. We heard the cry from, I think it must have been from Jovicevic for Al-Raed. They did eventually stop the cross. And now they win the ball back. Sayoud again, trying to drive forward. Tavares spearing through the middle. Not really a pass he could make, but the next best was to win a free kick, which he has done.
Difficult pass to engineer through for Tavares. Probably would have been offside, so this is the best he could have achieved, really. It's a wonderful little pirouette, and it gets the foul. There's definite contact there. I think it was Al-Khabari who actually gave the ball away in the middle of the pitch. Tavares actually read it really well. Wasn't closing with real intensity, but stuck out a leg and they were in business.
make that 5 in this wall here. Tavares stands just in front of them. Left-footed. He's done some good things in the game, really. Probably entitled to have a go, Sayoud, but never threatening.
No, interestingly, because Fouzer would have been better placed, wouldn't he, with the right foot, standing to the left of the ball. But Sayoud, as you said, has started the game well. Tried to whip it top left, but yeah, not this time.
Sadio Mane. Norman in front of him, scurrying away in the middle of the park. Won it back quite comfortably, actually. Here's Norman. Long for Moreira. Has to put his head on it. There's nothing like a player with something to prove, and I think coming out here, Telles is probably a player with quite a lot to prove at this stage in his career. It can drift away for him, or he can go and become a big success story. Here, Sam, in a side packed with stellar names, and of course not just trophies to win it in Saudi Arabia, but they started their Asian Champions League campaign in midweek. Veteran of the UEFA Champions League, of course, Telles, from his time at Porto.
Came to Manchester United with such a big reputation. Seen Onan play in this position for Al-Nassr already this season, and he gives them a lot going forward, so probably not a given that play every game.
Should be a goal kick, is. Double teaming, and it's working on Al-Raed, keeping him quiet. Fouzer. About a quarter of the way through this contest, and the Al-Raed support growing in a little bit of confidence here. The way they played, the way they... Brozovic. Very not Italy. Chavio. Hanam waited. Tries to pick up speed. You mind they've got a lot of their first team players available to them. Down the side goes Fouzer into the opposition box. He took too long over that. Laporte came across.
Yeah, Laporte just about applied enough pressure, but I think Fouzer has to do things quicker. Yeah, looks. An offside position in any case, but has a touch. Yes, he's lacking in support, but that has to go square, and just hope that Tavares can make up the distance.
With a win, Al-Nassr will be into double figures, and they've got to think about winning this, because given the way they dropped the points in the early weeks, remembering Al-Hilal, 6 games played, unbeaten, 16 points. Al-Ittihad just behind them, they're setting a very, very fast pace. But don't tell the Al-Nassr public that. I guess they'll hope to reel them in as the season goes along. Time for a drinks break. Your reflections overall, please, Sam.
Really good start from Al-Raed. I have to say they look organised, defending in that 4-4-2. Can be difficult to breach. That's Al-Nassr, I think their fluidity, the rotation is pretty clever. Otavio for one, yes, he's listed as a number 10, but I think his instruction is to go wherever you want. If you want to go short, deep, get on the ball, try and prize the opponent open, you do that. Mane, spoke about him coming in field. Those two, I think, always on the move, are going to continue to keep you make problems for Al-Raed, and that's probably the conversation that's going on there between coach and players. But from a defensive standpoint, they've done pretty much everything that would have been asked of them. It's just having that little bit of quality, little bit of belief probably in the final third. Some good situations, but not been able to work Al-Raed enough, I suppose. And more to come from Al-Nassr. That's got to be better. That's got to be better, considering the latest form, the goals that have been going in, not enough on the opponent's goal.
Al-Nassr keen to get at him again. For my next trick, he's saying. I've seen him with his magical feet do things I can't understand. His coach now, Luis Castro, is a professor of physics. Studied physics at university, but some of the things I've seen Mane do in person with a football, I just don't understand how he does them. He's on the start line here, wanting to have an attack on any ball played short by the goalkeeper. Squeezes on, and that takes a lot of nerve to do what Al-Raed have just done, but they did it quite well. Al-Nassr. Challenge, Sam?
A little clumsy, I think, nothing more. Yeah, certainly both players looking a little bit of trouble. I think there's been a good variation actually in the setup from both teams. Al-Raed have played short when it's been on, but he's not been deterred, the goalkeeper, from playing long towards Al-Raed on occasions, and that's what you want to see. And I think with Al-Nassr's setup as well, they know where their strength lies. It's probably getting into their ball players. Otavio